Greetings, Elder Blacklight. Right quick, we're going to Born Mastermind Allah to tell us what they are in fear of. They're in fear of the rise of the black gods. They're in fear of a total black planet.
Another star system. And it takes approximately 25,000 years to make this complete revolution around one another. Our ancestors calculated the orbit around Sirius using the zodiac. So when we talk about these 12 constellations that's known as the zodiac, as we were moving, taking approximately 2.1 thousand years or a little better to make it through each constellation, our ancestors were able to calculate how long it took to get through each constellation to make one complete revolution, one complete circle. Now, let me just go back. These stars, these constellations that are out there that's known as the zodiac, they give off an energy. They give off radio waves. I did another video one time where I was talking about the organ systems. And I was talking about how different planets, different star systems affect the different organs in our body. And brothers went crazy again. They said, oh man, we don't believe in astrology. We don't deal with this, we don't deal with that. Well, astrology, again, is a Greek term, and it's a watered down version of what our ancestors always taught. So when you look at astrology, you look at the word astro, which just means stars, and the word ology, which is the study of. We've always studied the stars. Now let's study if these stars actually have effect on us physically, biologically, emotionally. There's a science out there called radio astronomy, which is a subfield of astronomy that studies celestial objects at radio frequencies. Now, radio is the radiation, wireless transmission. Radio waves can carry information, such as sound, by systematically changing, modulating some property of the radiated waves, such as their amplitude, frequency, phase, or pulse width. When radio waves strike an electrical conductor, the oscillating fields induce an alternating current in the conductor. The information in the waves can be extracted and transformed back into its original form. So to say that we do not receive information from the stars, information from the cosmos, would not be correct. It would not be mathematically correct, according to modern science or according to our ancestors. So as we're moving through each one of these constellations, we are receiving radio waves. Those radio waves contain information. So when we talk about how the different cosmos or the different constellations affect attitude, affect personality, affect different parts of our organism, it's all pure science. It's all pure biology. So recently we have just moved through, or moving through, the age of Pisces. Different calculations are different. Some say we just entered the age of Aquarius. Some say we're right on the verge of entering the age of Aquarius. But either way, we're right about here. So as we move through the age of Pisces, we are moving into the age of Aquarius. Go ahead, my brother.
What you are doing right now, this is powerful, because you just set off a light bulb in my head. When we say the black man has always been here, some people don't know how to really break that down and go into that. We have always been here, and with the information that you're showing through the stars, through the moon, our people feel these frequencies from the moon. The women, they have their moon cycle. They feel that, and the moon brings these type of energies. The stars brings off these type of energies. We was always here, just not in this form, not in this physical body. We have evolved into this body. So when we say everything that exists outside of you also exists inside of you. So we have always been here. And when the white man say, you know what? Y'all didn't build the pyramids. It was some aliens from outer space. Sometimes we need to say, you know what? You're right. Because we are the goddamn aliens from outer space, goddammit. We are the true aliens. Everything that exists outside of you. Remind you now, when I say alien, I'm not talking about no goddamn green creatures and all this old spooky stuff that you see on the planet. I mean, that you see in the movies. You see, what I'm saying is, we are the ones that come from the cosmos. We are made up of the stars, of the elements of the universe. So, as within, so without. As above, so below. So it all exists with us, and it comes from, so we have always been here, just not in the shape and form that you see us in today. That's what I want to say.
Yes, sir. And you are 100% right, exactly. Because not only have we always been here, not in this form, but we change form constantly. Even from a sperm to a fetus, from a fetus to a newborn baby, an infant to a toddler to an adolescent to a teenager, a young man, a grown man, an old man. So we always change forms. And that's when people get so caught up in this body, they don't understand that we come in many different forms and we constantly change forms, but we always been here and will always be here. Now I know this is just a model. This is just a model or a picture, but the blackness, we are that blackness that actually produce all of these stars, all of these cosmos, these planets. We are that black energy that produces it. Everything else is just an extension of that original blackness, including the physical bodies that we carry today. And this is what it is. This is what it is. If you look at the universe, right? If you look at the universe as a big brain, right? We are in these physical bodies, but we all contain the same brain. We all contain the same mind. We all contain the same components. We are one and the same. It's only the different forms that we come in. So as we talk about the different ages, as you can see, from the age of Pisces to Aries, now, when we talk about precession of the equinoxes, because it appears to be traveling backwards through the constellations, we won't go in a forward motion that you would normally calculate the cosmos from Pisces to Aries to Taurus to Gemini. It would go from the age of Pisces to then the age of Aquarius to the age of Capricorn, Sagittarius, that way. And those astrological ages are broken down into 4 ages. You have the Golden Age. The Golden Age is when our sun and the Sirius star system would be closest together. The Golden Age. Then you have the Silver, the Bronze, and the Iron Age, or the Dark Age. And this Iron Age or Dark Age we just left. Now in this Iron Age and Dark Age, we are the furthest from the Sirius constellation. So if we're the furthest from another sun or another star system, all of the electromagnetic energy, all of the radiation that we would receive by being in the Golden Age or even an age a little bit closer, we are far away from. So when we talk about how our ancestors spoke of a dark age that will be coming, it's in many of their what you want to call mythologies, but it's not a mythology. It's a breakdown of science, maybe told in stories. They talked about one day a dark age would come, and the fall of man would come, and they showed us through their works that they dreaded this age. And that's because we understand the importance, particularly for original people, the importance of sunlight and solar radiation. The further we are from what could be called our sister sun, we know that we have a lot less radiation, a lot less electromagnetic frequency. Thus, consciousness would dwindle. Here, they call it the Yuga cycle. And we are about here. This is what the 2012 phenomenon was about. Leaving the Iron Age or the Dark Age as we move into the Bronze Age. So right about there, we begin to ascend. And as you see, it's moving in a sine wave, because that's how our solar system actually orbits. That's how our sun actually travels, in a sine wave. That's how most of life moves, in a sine wave or a spiral. So here's what will be called the age of Pisces. And of course the calculations are different, but it's all approximately 24 to 26,000 years to make a complete cycle. And it changes. So it's difficult to get a complete exact number. So we deal with an approximation. So in the age of Pisces, which is the age that we just left or are leaving now, you see we are the furthest from the Sirius star system. This is the Iron Age, or the Dark Age. The age of Pisces, moving away from the light. So when you see one of the ancient symbols of Christianity, be considered ancient, one of the ancient symbols of Christianity was the fish. When he talked about Jesus feeding the multitude with 2 fish, they were only signifying the age of Pisces. And in the age of Pisces, what are they waiting for? They're waiting for the sun to return. Question is, what sun are they waiting for? They're waiting for the Son of Man. So here we are again. I remember it was a big thing, December 21st, 2012, everybody was waiting for it. Like they was going to see a big, dramatic change. Maybe some people did see changes. But just like people are waiting for spring, March 21st, it may snow that day. In fact, I think it did snow on the first day of spring of this year. So that don't mean you're going to see dramatic changes at once. It's a gradual process. But people were waiting for December 21st, 2012, waiting for this huge change. Now, it was a huge change because we had just peaked from the underworld and moving to ascension, right about there, as we move into the age of Aquarius. And that's how when you hear a lot of those old songs from the 60s where they talk about the dawning of the age of Aquarius, and they talk about how consciousness would raise, and they talked about how great the world would then become. They were only talking about as we moved out of the dark ages, we would then begin to receive more solar or star radiation that will then assist in raising the consciousness of the people.
See, we're coming into the age of Aquarius. The Sirius sun is on our side, but it's not on the side of the Caucasian. To be continued. Black light out.